This is the Hosim Moxlin M13. It is a four-wheel drive brushless 14th scale short course truck that comes ready to run. In this video, I'm going to test it out in a variety of different ways, but first, let's take a closer look. One of the first things I noticed is the weight. It is heavier than I expected because there is quite a bit of aluminum and metal parts on it. There's also a rather large battery for its size. The proportions to me look a little bit different than I'm used to. I have a lot of different minis, so I'm used to looking at those, and this one kind of looks like a mix of some of my other ones. We'll do a comparison later, but the body also sits a little high in the front. It might need to be adjusted, or maybe it doesn't matter while you're driving it. I will leave it as it is for now, but it looks like it might rub on the tires, so we will find out if that becomes an issue. The shocks feel better than I expected, actually. It feels like there is oil in them, and hopefully it is at a close enough weight to handle pretty well all around. Sometimes cheaper trucks come with little to no oil, or it is just too light of weight, which makes them very bouncy and hinders their handling. Time to take the body off, and I do like that there are body clip retainers so you don't lose them. There is also some roof protection with these skids. I guess I need to remove the plastic layer and see what this thing really looks like. Hopefully it comes off pretty clean. Not so clean, but we're getting there. The body itself feels decent, not the best, not the worst, but hopefully it holds up all right. Looking under the body reminds me of the first downside that I noticed when I got the truck, and that is it uses Phillips head hardware instead of hex hardware like most of my other RCs use. Maybe I won't have to work on it that much, so it won't be that big of a deal though. I did read that it had a center differential, but that does not seem to be the case here. Here is the battery. It is a 2600 3-cell, and I'm actually surprised that they put a 3-cell in it. I guess they want the most speed out of it, but most of these smaller trucks do really well on 2-cell if you are driving on the track, so we'll see how much of a handful this thing is with this big battery. I'm not sure what kV this motor is, but it's possible that it is on the lower side in order to make the 3-cell power more manageable. Okay, I'm curious to see how much power it feels like it has, and it actually doesn't feel as crazy as I expected, so maybe it will be more manageable than I thought. As I mentioned, there is quite a bit of metal on this, including the hubs, knuckles, spindles, drive shafts, shocks, and aluminum chassis. As I was looking it over, I saw what looked to be a loose wheel nut, and that is the case, so you will definitely want to check these before you take it for its first run. Well, it's about time to drive this thing, but first I want to compare it to a couple other vehicles. This is another 14th scale short course truck, and the wheelbase is slightly longer, the tires are smaller, but the width is about the same. And then I have a 16th scale truck here. It is more narrow, but the wheelbase is actually slightly longer as well, and again, the tires are smaller. So I just wanted to give you guys that visual before I take it outside. Okay, jumping right into it on the track with a lap time as well. My guess is a 13.5. We'll see how close I can get to that. Maybe not. Getting a little squirrely here. Feels like it's pulling a little to the left, and the throttle is a little hard to control, but what was it? Okay, I was a 15.9, so a little bit off of my guess. Maybe I can get down to that 13 as I get used to it, but right away I'm feeling how tricky the low end power is to control with this rig right now, so I gotta try to be extra smooth and guess what you're gonna get out of it. But the handling itself doesn't feel too bad. It's mainly just getting used to that throttle. Since it's pulling to the left a little bit, I'm going to turn the left-right trim to the right and see how that feels. Well, I did get down to a 13.5, but I'm still struggling with this. As you can see, I'm not giving it much. And it's a little inconsistent on how much it puts out. There's a little bump to it right there. Maybe it just needs to be calibrated, I hope, because it's definitely not completely smooth and controllable. Okay, I turned what they're calling the FR trim down, which is kind of like a throttle limiter, it feels like, and the stutter off the bottom is still there, but since there's less power, it is less aggressive and more drivable. I didn't find anything in the manual that said how to recalibrate it, so just gonna drive it as is for now and see if you can get used to it. I managed to get a 12.5, which is pretty decent on this track for the conditions actually. It was challenging to get the throttle control down, but the handling of the vehicle was better than I expected. Now it is Hannah's turn. We'll see what she can pull off. She has not driven it at all yet, so let's see what her first lap time is. I did turn it down just a hair more for her to try to smooth out that low end. It definitely helped, but we're used to some pretty smooth vehicles off the bottom end of the throttle trigger, which makes handling and staying on the truck a lot easier. It might take her a few laps to get used to it. 20.77, so a few seconds off, but we'll give her a few laps to get used to it and see what she can do then. What's your best lap so far?
15.47.
15.4, so you cut 5 seconds off of your first lap at least. That's good. She's definitely smoother and faster with some other vehicles. This one is taking some getting used to. But what do you think overall, besides the throttle? What about the handling and suspension and all that?
Well, I'm used to higher end models, to be honest, so it's good. Like, the suspension's not bad. I would say that the braking out of anything was probably the worst for me, but overall it's not a bad car.
She hit a 13.80 now. Are you getting more used to it?
Yep.
Fun to drive yet?
Oh yeah.
Definitely drives a bit different from our other rigs, but once you get the hang of it, it is plenty of fun. I would like to smooth out that throttle somehow though. I think we need to go head to head.
3, 2, 1.
And we're off. She let me have the start. I'm driving the 16th scale. Let's see if she can keep up. Oh, she's keeping up all right. Right to the inside, but I'm back by on the inside. Doing a 5-lapper. She's taking a shortcut, but that's okay. That's 1 lap down. See if I can hold her off. It's getting more dry and dusty right now as we speak and run laps, but they're 4-wheel drive, so should be able to handle it well enough. 2 laps, and we're gonna say she gets to use 1 Joker lap in this race since she's driving the Joker vehicle, right? Oh, I'm down and she's around me. Maybe I shouldn't have said she could use that Joker, but can't take it back now. Gotta make something happen quick, and I do, but she's right back by for 4 laps. She takes the Joker. I should not have said that. She takes that one, and we're off. Round 2, no Joker lane this time, but I give her a little bump as a joke, all right? And 5. That's 1-1. See who takes the final race here. Round 3, let's see what she can do. I go around the outside, but she's back by already. We'll see if she needs that Joker lane. I think she's gonna keep it a little smoother this time. Not try to rush things like the last one. 1 down and she's got the lead, but we both spin out and collect each other. We try to keep it clean around here, as you can tell. Oh, to the inside. And kind of collect her, so I'll wait just a bit to tighten it back up, but I think the pass was fair as we go into 3 and she goes around me. Oh, side by side for 4, final lap. See what happens here. I go too wide, she hits me, but we stay going the right direction. Coming down to the last couple corners, she goes super inside, but I hit her, so I'll let her go back and see if I can make the inside work, and I do, barely. That was a good one. Sloppy, but good. Okay, we switched vehicles. I am driving the Hosim, and Hannah is driving the other 14th scale. She hasn't driven that one in a while, but she did some laps, and it's looking pretty good, and I'm back here struggling to get used to this one again. Oh, and the battery died right there as I was catching her. I had that one that time. We're back, and I should mention that the battery was very low, just above 3 volts per cell, so I wouldn't recommend running this to cut off every time, or you risk wearing your battery out a little earlier. There's one. Let's see if I can keep up with her. Oh, smashing her big time and pushing her around that corner, but we're keeping it close for 1 lap at least. See if she pulls away or if I fight back. There we go. She stuffs it at the end and I take the win. Round 2. We'll see what she can do. It is drying out more and more, and I think these tires are actually better than the ones she is running on that truck. That truck should be better overall, but when it's slick, you gotta be smooth, and she's sliding, and I'm almost going around the outside. Last lap, a little behind. She makes a mistake and lets me close in. See if I can make some magic happen here in the last couple corners. She blocked that one nice. I thought about trying to cut it off, but oh no! I thought I had it. That was luck. The finish line is right here, so I needed a few more feet. All right, it all comes down to this, and she almost bumps me off the track there, but we're just playing some bumper cars here in the first couple corners. Sliding her around that one. but somehow stay in the right direction. 2. Oh, she just pushes her way through, forces it. But with short course, you can do that. 4, last lap. Pushed her wide, but it didn't work out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I should have just went right there. But I waited and it might cost me. It's gonna cost me.
Oh.
But that was still really close, so
Yeah.
that was a good time. Well, that was a good session at the track. It's always a lot of fun to do battle, no matter what you are driving. I tried to get a good drift shot after the races, and it kind of turned into a power slide 360, but looked pretty sweet with the dust. Now I'm out on the road to see how fast this thing really goes. Okay, let's see if I can get all the way up to speed here. That's wide open for the size. It's pretty stable at speed. It also does not take long to get up to top speed. It says the max was 35, which felt pretty quick for a small vehicle, but it is not as fast as I expected, so I'll give it another try just in case. I hit 36 that time, so 1 mile an hour faster. It's also possible this watch is not completely accurate. I don't do a whole lot of speed running, but that was actually pretty fun. And then I got a little carried away trying to get some drift shots, and this thing can actually pull off some pretty cool tricks. Spun around into a wheelie and just being able to pull wheelies and hold them a little bit here and there. Pretty good time on the road. Well, the truck has held up just fine so far. I do see some marks on the body from where the tires were rubbing, but I didn't really notice that while driving, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. I do think some body adjustments would probably clear that up though. There is some wear showing on the tires after running it on the street, but it actually comes with a spare set of tires, which is nice. There are also some other small items included in the box. I do think there's room for improvement with this truck. Even just figuring out how to smooth out the bottom end of the throttle would really help make it easier to control. But if you guys want to find out more about it or pick one up for yourself, you can check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Hosim for sending this to me.